Hi, I'm Matt Shadetek. I'm a producer and DJ based in Brooklyn, New York. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to create an 808 style big subby kick drum, sort of a boom kind of sound that you hear in a lot of Southern hip hop, dubstep, house music, all over the place. My example is a sort of trap style hip hop example, but this is totally applicable to whatever genre of music you're into that requires big subby kicks. So I'm just going to play you my little example that I created here so you can sort of hear what I'm talking about. So that's our example, and the part that I'm going to show you guys how to make is this. Big, loud, subby 808 style kick that can be used to play pitches, right? Notice that this is following my chords and has a little sort of melodic part in the end here. So we're going to recreate this sound using Logic's ES2 synthesizer, which is what I used to create it. Now, so I'm going to go down here to an empty software instrument track, right? You can add one just by hitting new software instrument. And then I am going to load up an instance of the ES2. Now, really important, the first thing you want to do is go down to tutorial settings and set this to analog saw init. Now mine, that's the default, but on yours you're going to have this kind of whooshy pad sound, which is you don't want. So set it to analog saw init, and then this is going to play for us a saw wave, right? I'm using the caps lock keyboard here, which I press the caps lock key to bring up. You can use the number keys to change octaves. Let's start here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the waveform here by dialing it around to a sine wave. So we can hear there's a nice bassy tone. We could even go a little lower. Right, there's some real sub bass. I'm going to stay a little higher just so it'll be a little easier to hear. But we can always adjust this after the fact as well. Okay, so this is a nice starting point for a bass, but it doesn't have that punch, that doom that we want from an 808 style kick. So I'm going to add that by adding some pitch decay to the sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to the modulation router, turn off this via, and take the amount slider here and turn it all the way up. The source down here is not going to be LFO1, it's going to be envelope 1. Envelope 1 is here. And we're going to use the envelope to control the pitch of the sound and give it that diving boom kind of a sound. So I'll just turn the decay up so we can really hear it. And now you can imagine this could be great for, like, you know, making some nice sub hits and stuff. But right now it's taking a long time to get to where we want it to. So that's because of the decay time here. This is going to control now how long it's going to take for the note to reach the pitch that it would reach if the amount slider was off here in the middle, right, to get to that note. So it's going to start higher and come down. So I'm going to take this, and this is a number in milliseconds, and I'm going to pull it right down to around here. So you can hear now it's diving a lot faster, right? I'll just sweep through. So now you can hear that's adding that nice punch. Now we don't need too much to get the effect. That sounds pretty good right there. And you may notice even with there's a little click on the front. If you want to get rid of that, you can turn up the attack over here. That's going to soften the front of the kick a little bit, but I think in this case that's working. Now, one thing we want to make sure is that our synthesizer is in mono mode. Now, what this is going to prevent is, for example, us playing chords. If we're in poly, get stuff like that, which is a mess. Now, if I play more than one note at a time, they'll cut off. And we definitely want that for bass. Now, if we want to make the hit longer, we can take the release over here and turn this up. And now we're really getting something which sounds like an 808 style kick drum. So let's add this into our track. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by copying my top kick pattern here. And I'm just going to option drag it down to my new 808 track. And I'm just going to double click this and label it new 808. And I'll mute the original 808 for now. Okay. So now we've got our rhythm, but it's not necessarily on the pitch that we want, because keep in mind this is a pitched instrument. So let's look at our chords, and here we've got D, D, E, and F, right? So let's use those notes. So we'll go, these guys will start on D, these will go, these are still on D, and then these will go to E, and then F, and then let's just use that for now. We'll just do these three. These are these 4 bars. So that sounds pretty good. Now, we could take it down an octave if we want. Let's go to, if we want to really get low. That's probably where I would start things off. Now, but you may notice if you're on a small set of headphones or speakers, you really probably aren't hearing too much at this point, because this is almost all sub bass. Now, what I'm going to do to make it a little more audible on systems like that is to add some distortion here. Now you hear that's adding those high and mid-range harmonics, those higher frequencies, which are going to enable us to hear it on smaller speakers. You won't hear the bass, but you'll at least hear that the bass should be there. You'll hear those higher frequencies that will tell you, okay, there was a kick there before I decided to play this, dubstep song on my laptop, and I can't hear anything. So distortion is always useful that way, to add high and mid-range frequencies to sounds which don't have them. And now let's just check this out. And of course, you can use distortion to get really nasty if you want. You can really grit things up. That's not really the style I'm going for here, but if you're doing dubstep or grime or something like that, that might be appropriate. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then lastly, I'll just add in A sharp, G, and F. Okay, so I'll just add that in here. A sharp, G, and F. And I'll take out that roll. I'll leave that for the top kick. So that's pretty cool. And then in my example, I actually took this up an octave to really make it pop out. Which I kind of like. All right, so let's hear that. In my example, I think I did it less often, and I also took out a few of the kicks. So let's go back to the original. I think I was doing something a little more spacious. So there's a little idea for how to create some 808 style sub bass that you can use to play bass lines with. So hopefully that was helpful for you and you got some inspiration for your own project and your own style of music. If you'd like to learn more, you can check out dubspot.com, where we have a full 48 class Logic Pro course created by me. And if you want to learn more about me and my own music, you can check me out at mattshadetek.com. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.